and very close to my head. There we go. And I'm live there on my YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, the tube of you. And I'm hoping to be live here. And I am. I am live on Facebook. I am live on YouTube. And hi, it's been a couple of weeks. This is my new development. Okay, this is Paco's new development. Say hi. This is Hiccup. And he's being super stubborn because his brothers are asleep in the recliner over there. And he's ignoring them, and he's ignoring Paco because Paco went away for the weekend and he's mad. So yeah, we decided to get something to brighten up the house. And I thought, like, let's get a game that we can all play together and that kind of thing. But fate threw 3 kittens at me. So I took them. Probably not the most responsible idea. But I love them. And we each have one. And it's a learning lesson for the children to just like, this is yours to take care of. Make it work. Because if I have to take care of it, it becomes mine. That's how it works. That's how it's worked with every animal I've ever owned. Most of them are, this is the children's, and now suddenly they're mine. So, I have missed 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks were supposed to, I've missed 3 weeks actually. Those weeks were supposed to be the witch trials and masks. And I have these masks.
Probably recalled or something.
Nope. That I started building. This will be my crown when I'm all done with her. See, she kind of sparkles so far. She will have, I have holes here in the top that I'm going to punch more of. And she'll have gray hair and green hair, and it'll be amazing. She'll be my crone. And then, see, yeah. And then I have this really cool hockey mask. And I'm going to flowers and stickers and spring and summer all over that. And then I've got some felt, and I've got some stickers, and I've got flowers and greenery. And the most important part, E6000. It's like $2 at the craft store. See? Oh, okay, that's $6 at the craft store because I got the big one. There's tiny ones that you can get are like size super glue. There's no way you're going to need this much for the mask portion of what we're doing, which will not be this week. I should be this week, but it's not going to be. So if you miss this and you catch it later, don't be upset. Not a big deal. This week, we're kind of just going to talk about how everybody is. I hope people join me because it'll be a really short talk if there's nobody watching and I can't tell how everybody is. I got super depressed for a while. And I got super paranoid about leaving my house, about pretty much doing anything. I was having panic attacks at work. I was crying when I read Facebook. I was crying when I read Twitter or the news or whatever else. Things got bad. I mean, not like I'm in danger kind of bad. Just I didn't want to get up out of bed and do anything bad. It's been a while. And I got moody and emotional and crazy. But I see people here. I have 3 viewers, but I'm not seeing anybody like join the call. So I don't, why is there 2 G's in programming? That's helpful. Let me see if I can edit that really quick. But yeah, so not the best mindset. Hi, Mary. I'm so glad. I wasn't in the best mindset for a while. So with the new Facebook live producer, if you don't say hi to me, I don't see you join the stream. So please let me know you're here and we'll talk. So yeah, I got super depressed and lost all track of days. Hi, Debbie. Glad to see you. like would remember at 4:45 last Sunday that it was Sunday and I was supposed to do a live stream and that wasn't going to happen in 15 minutes.
Nope.
So I just didn't, and that was okay. And according to my therapist, that's okay.
They're poopy.
And then I was watching a lot of the news and a lot of stuff on. I'm going to move hands. Don't freak out. Okay. On the protests and the riots. And believe me, there is a difference. And I was really quiet. I just went quiet for a while on social media, on everything. And then I was like, no, I can't. I was going to start a TikTok, which I did on June 1st, because I've been on TikTok for a while. I watch. I've been hearing people talk about Pridefall, which was a group of people who had decided that they were going to target the LGBT community in social media content creators and bully them until they weren't creating anymore. And I was like, no. And so I know a lot of the LGBTQ creators at the time were going, we're just going to be quiet for a month because we don't want to encourage this behavior. And I decided, no, I'm going to start my TikTok that month. Because bring it on. Let's play, but I mean, it's not a game, but don't sit quietly. And then George Floyd happened and the protests and the movement. And I went, not my place. I should step back. And then I went, why? Why am I stepping back if I wasn't willing to stand aside and let the LGBT
Nick,
community
is there anything you think you can do in the
be
3-1 Renekton?
bullied and let my
3-1
friends of color be
Renekton
bullied?
top
Why?
lane.
That didn't make any sense to me. And so I started up my TikTok. So far it's just been kittens, but I'm out there and I'm talking. I put up a video on Facebook about how I feel. Not all of it, but a little bit. Short little 15 minutes, also on my YouTube if you want to find it there. I see 2 people on my YouTube. None of them are talking to me. I need you guys to talk to me. This is a discussion. Would love this to be a conversation. Tell me how you are. Mary, if you're still with me. Debbie, if you're still with me. One of you. I know one of you is with me. The 2 people on YouTube, tell me how you are. Tell me how you're doing. I'm going to sit here and babble for 45 minutes. So eventually you guys got to say something to me. So I got super depressed. And then, oh gosh. And then my screen pops up with some craziness. And my goodness. So yeah, I got really depressed for a while. And then I needed something to pull me out of it. And I went to Birch, which is this wonderful community program that I'm involved in. And it's shopping. And on the counter as I was checking in is a flyer saying that this woman is desperate to get rid of 4 kittens. And I was like, that's cute. We were talking about letting Jay have a kitten because she has a letter from her therapist to get a support animal. And Paco also had this. I'm going to be rude and take a phone call while we're doing this, and I apologize. But people need to know. Hello? Hi, Daddy. I don't know, because right now I'm in the middle of a live stream on Facebook. That's okay. Okay. Love you, bye. So, Jay has a support animal letter, and I have a support animal letter, and Paco has a support animal letter. And in each of these letters, it talks about having an animal of our own that is not like a household animal. So I was like, yeah, we were talking about letting Jay have one. So I took a picture of this letter and I leave Birch, and I've been 5 minutes on the road. And Ethan calls me and goes, I'm spiraling downward really hard and I have no motivation. I don't want to do anything. I need a kitten. I need to pull myself out of this, and I need a support animal. Will you take me to the Humane Society? Because their car's broken right now. And I was like, I just got this letter, this flyer, and let's not pay $150 for a kitten when there are these 4 babies who are trying to find homes that the mom was literally like, I don't want to take them to the shelter. They'll get put down. So I went and picked up one for Ethan, who picked the female. And then she had 3 males. And I went, okay, cool. So I brought home 3 male kittens. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I can speak up. I was really just being quiet. So yeah, I brought home 3 male kittens. Kind of crazy. Let me see if I can fix the audio, maybe. Sorry, I went quiet here. I'm just trying to make sure that I have it here. My microphone is on. And it doesn't really have a volume for me to turn up. I will just be loud. And hopefully you can hear me if I get louder. Okay. Okay, so I need to know how you guys are. Mary, how you doing? How's everybody handling quarantine?
No, you're fine.
Sorry, I'm answering a bunch of pop-ups that just came in. Because everybody's life's falling apart at the same time. Quarantine's killing everybody. Hi. Yes, I know. Do you want to say hi to the camera? See? Look at you. You're so cute. This is Hiccup, and this is Pacos. You can see he's a little tuxedo kitten. And his name is Hiccup, and he is super tired because he has spent the day attacking everyone's feet. I showed the other 2, but they're sleeping, and if you wake them up, it becomes hell. So we got 3 kittens, and never a dull moment. Nutmeg's not sure how to take care of them. I am working really hard at being full-time. Also working at getting healthy and being healthier. My medical stuff doesn't always allow me to sit for 10 hours straight, which is causing me some problems, being on the phones all the time. But I'm working on it. Oh, Red. I've been working on writing and painting and doing a class online. I have a hard time with the rain, like a lot of people, trying to keep creative and moving forward. I miss you all. Yeah. You guys all have to thank Ren for this live stream. She texted me and went, oh, I guess I'm missing your streams. And I was like, all right, I'll do one. Because I was just going to let this week pass by too. So thank you, Ren, for kicking me in the butt and making me do what needs to be done. So I see I have 3 people watching. The live stream no longer tells me who has joined us. So please say hi so I know. Even if it's just the word hi. I want to acknowledge my viewers. That's the same in YouTube. Please comment so I at least know who's watching me and who I can talk to. And yeah, anyway. So, oh, gosh, what have I been doing? Writing, YouTube, No, writing, TikTok, work, and kittens. Sleeping, lots of sleeping. Not as much housework as I'd like to do.
Where's my cat? Oh. Because he doesn't fucking love me.
No, you don't have tits. No offense.
Therefore, he doesn't fucking love me.
No, that's not the problem.
That is the problem.
No. Thank you for live streaming today. It's good to see you and hear you. I appreciate that you like to see me and hear me. Oh gosh. So, other big news. I did something crazy. Not the 3 kittens, something else crazy. My therapist told me that I was wasting my talent on a call center. I did not quit my job. Just let me start there. My therapist said that I am wasting my talents as a call center agent, and that he thinks I should be running a halfway house, because I keep taking in children and strays. And if that's what I'm good at and that's what I've done my whole life, then maybe that's what I should be doing. And I went, yeah, well, that takes a degree. And he went, well, yeah, that's something that's possible. And I was like, yeah, I stopped going. I had about a year left in my bachelor's. And he's like, well, you only need a bachelor's to do like vocational rehabilitation and drug counseling. And you can do drug counseling for teens. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't even know where to start. And he was like, yes, you do. And that's your assignment. And I was like, crap. So I had already filled out my FAFSA because I thought about getting a second associate's, which would have been only a couple of terms, for like business administration, and just so it would help me get better jobs. So I went to the FAFSA people and went, how hard would it be to take the grants that you offered me? And instead of going to Mount Hood for administrative assistant, which needed a whole lot of work because I would have had to have gone and gotten approval for all of that. And I asked them how much it would what it would take to transfer that to PCC or PSU.
That's right.
And get my bachelor's. And they said, oh, nothing. Let's do that. So I filled out the paperwork, and then I filled out the paperwork with PSU, and I'm going to finish my bachelor's next year. I start in the fall. I will have my bachelor's in social sciences and be, yeah. And then I will be able to do basic social work. Yeah, it's such a crazy thing. I'm 45 years old and going back to school and starting a new job. That's scary. But since I talked to my therapist and he told me this is what I should be doing, I've been slowly getting better. I'm not depressed, and I'm not seeing no light at the end of the tunnel, you know? Thank you, Mary. Mary says it's awesome. I'm not seeing the bleakness around me anymore. I mean, I am. It's still there. It's not like it just went away. But I see a way out and something beyond and something through and what's happening after. Yeah. And that is the important thing to remember when we're looking at the world around us. Jessica, hi. Yay, finish your English degree. That is super happy. Where are you going, Jessica, to finish your English degree? I'm going to do most of my classes online because I still want to work my schedule. I love my work schedule. I work 10 hours a day, and I work Monday, Tuesday, and Friday and Saturday. So there will either be night classes or online classes. But I have Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays off. So yay, PSU. PSU is amazing. I really, really love it. And every time I have to drive downtown or I went up to the hospital for Devin's surgery and stuff, it was like I would pass campus and go, oh my God, I miss this campus so much. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about going back to school. And I owe PSU some money from like administrative fees from when I had to drop out. I got in a car accident and got really bad whiplash, and I literally couldn't read for like 3 weeks. And then my back was messed up, and I had to do a lot of physical therapy from the car accident, and so I couldn't do school. And so I dropped out before I dropped all my classes before I didn't have to pay tuition, but there's administrative fees that I wasn't aware of, and so I ended up owing them like $1,500. And my grants will take care of that plus my tuition. So I'm amazed because while I was out of school, I got on Social Security, and I gave up my Social Security willingly so that I could go back to school and I can get a job, which evidently makes me eligible for a whole bunch of grants, which is super cool. Tim is also going to go to school in the fall, and he's going to go to school for small business management, which will be awesome. He's got really big plans if we can make them work. So yeah, that is our goals, our big plans. Go Vikings. Yeah, no, it makes me really super happy to think about actually finishing my bachelor's degree. My mom barely graduated high school. My dad graduated high school, went in the Marine Corps. And then I don't even think he finished his associate's degree when he went to college. He came home, got married, had kids, had a family, had a life. Then when he divorced his wife, he went back to college. When Ethan was little, so like 20 years ago. And then I don't think he finished a degree. My brother is just finishing up his bachelor's, so in teaching English. So anybody who knows, I think it's English Lit even. So anybody knows my brother, that's English Lit. My brother's a big bed biker guy. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at there. Protests. I don't do them. I don't go down there. I don't stand with the crowds. I don't scream. I don't yell. I don't chant. Do I approve of them? Yes, I do. Thank you, Ren. Thank you for being very proud of me. I'm very excited too. But I want to talk about the protests. If you go and protest, if you go and assist those who are protesting, I know that there are people who take bottles of water and food and medical supplies and things down to the protesters. Please be safe. Please know what you're doing. Please understand the citywide curfews and how long the protests are scheduled for. And I'm not saying, this is not me going, well, you're scheduled from 6 to 8, so only protest from 6 to 8. That's not what I'm saying at all. Please know that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you decide to go down there and the permit says you have to leave at 8, the cops are going to start getting randy. They're going to start shit around 8. So be prepared. No. Some of these cops are just doing their job. Some of them are assholes, and they are trying to start shit, and they're trying to get you to start shit. Some of them are just doing what they think they need to do. So please be careful. Please know the difference. Please acknowledge both sides of that line. Remember that all those cops that you hate on go home to families too. And I have a lot of friends who have family on the police force, and this is not a good time for them either. Now, all that being said, I believe in the movement. I believe we need to pay attention to our people of color and what's been being done to them systematically for years, centuries. Um, I think we need to remember that this is not about one guy being murdered by a random cop. This is not about um, a group of people. Thank you, Ren. And Mary, yes, no, we don't have any information on the restaurant opening. It is open-ish now for takeout and delivery, but they haven't opened all the way yet. So no job yet. But yeah, so this is not necessarily these protests. They're not necessarily about proving that black skin is better than white skin, or that white skin people are evil and bad, and this is not necessarily about cops just targeting people of color. This is about systematic, the system, the government being a problem from the get-go and no one acknowledging it until now. So how do we change that? That's what this is about. That's what it should be about. That's what we need to focus on. It got brought up because people of color are the target, because it's easy to target them. It is easy to use the stereotype against people. It is easy to push that line. It is easy to claim the stereotype even if it's not there. I was raised a poor white girl. I was raised white trash from the wrong side of the track, and I embraced that, sometimes too much, much to my husband's very, very sad dismay, as I blare country through the house and randomly get a southern accent when I'm angry. And I've known my share of discrimination, but it's not. I've never had a cop try to beat me. I've never had a cop threaten to kill me. I've heard slang, and I've not afforded the privilege that a lot of people assume that I am, because now I live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my husband and my soccer mom van, and I have a nice job, and I shop at Walmart, and I look very middle class. And I work really hard at that. I work really, really, really hard at not being a barfly. That's how I was raised. I work very hard at being what I think people expect me to be. And that, I admit, gives me privilege. That, I admit, leads to the problem that we are looking at, that we are protesting, that, well, you are protesting. It doesn't mean I want to be silent. It doesn't mean I don't want to help. It doesn't mean I don't want to be an ally. It means that I have children, and I cannot afford to be in jail, and I cannot afford physically to be down there standing in the rain and protesting, because I'm sitting here in the rain and I can barely move. I know my limits and I know what they are, but that doesn't mean that I will not sit here and babble at you for 20 minutes. I am so sorry about this topic, because it is a topic that is important. So yeah, just stay safe, stay knowledgeable, acknowledge what's happening. And remember, if you're going to a protest, that COVID is still out there. The virus mutates and the virus changes and spreads. And yeah, I'd hate to see 100,000 cases in Oregon pop up in 2 weeks because of, a protest that was a week ago. Let's see what else. What other news do I have? I'm attempting a beach trip. I reserved a beach house for my camping household. My camping household decided that a lot of us just couldn't go. We couldn't risk it. Having 15 of us in a 3-bedroom house for 4 days there was no way to social distance. And we're not sure the beach will be open. And. Um, and I wasn't sure I had the time off to begin with, because my boss was, my company was like, no, we're not going to answer that question yet. And I'm like, gosh, come on, because I haven't been there very long. So my supervisor was super nice. And then right after my camping household decided to cancel the trip, like literally we had that discussion on a Sunday. That Monday I went to work and my supervisor was like, oh, hey, by the way, I pushed those dates through for you. Oh, that's cool. So I'm off from Wednesday through Sunday of that week that we were going to go to the beach. So Tim and I are going to go because we still have the reservation for the house. And if it's, all the people we're already quarantined with, why not? We're just going to go sit in a different house and enjoy a different scenery for a little bit. I don't think we're going to go out and do things because I don't handle people real well right now. I gotta tell you, I went to the store today and I was like, you guys remember there's a pandemic happening, right? Like, it was crowded. There were lines everywhere. There were people just pushing and shoving. It was like Black Friday or something. Not a mask in sight. I was like, me and 4 other people were masked. And I was like, what is happening? And when all the employees of the store were masked. And when the employees were like, hey, we're selling these masks, people, one of the other people in the store, one of the other customers literally said, well, yeah, but the company's opening, the county's opening back up, so it's not a problem now, right? And I was like, that's not, what? That's not why we wear the mask, people. We don't wear the mask because the quarantine is closed. We wear the mask to protect ourselves and others. Oh. So then I had a panic attack and had to leave the store. And then I forgot like half my groceries. I just literally went to the closest open line, paid, and left with whatever I had in the store at the time. So I'm just not handling people well. So yes, I want to go to the beach, and yes, I will find some secluded spot to greet the mother while I'm there, but most of it is just not seeing these 4 walls. I see I have more people. Say hi. Tell me who you are. Tell me how you are. Talk to me. I'm trying to game. It's not working real well. Mainly because I can't. I have my schedule for work, and that's working pretty well. But once I'm off work, like my days off are fried, my brain is fried if I'm not working. My brain is fried after work because after you sit for 10 hours and listen to people tell you about how their phone service is horrible, and you go, well, I've got 3 towers down in your area. Well, no, that can't possibly be what's wrong with my phone. But really? Because if 3 of the 5 towers in your area are not putting out hi, Jen. If 3 of the 5 cell towers in your area are not putting out a cell signal, I guarantee your cell phone is not going to work. But evidently, I don't know what I'm talking about. I was literally told to find my customer someone smarter to explain his bill to him, because clearly I was not smart enough to do it. That was my last call Saturday night. To which I went, cool, let me transfer you to our account services so they can cancel your account for you. You have a great day. And that was fun. And then I got to leave. I was very upset. Oh, Jen, how you doing? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. There's never enough water in the world. I'm back on my metformin, my diabetic medication for a while. My blood sugars got out of control. Yeah, Mary, it was bad. It was bad. Not as bad as the person who told me I didn't know anything about cell phones because I was a woman. Not as bad as the guy who told me that cat was a weird name for a guy. That was my favorite. We did have another person offer to come to the Pacific Northwest and date me. That was fun. I had a nice Hindi man who told me he had to go to India for his brother's wedding and asked me if I wanted to come. So he needed a date for his brother's wedding. I love my job. I really do. My volume is sucky. It's all the way up and I still can't hear a thing. You know, that's happening. Oops, call got disconnected. That's happening. I don't know what's happening. I will try to get my second webcam for the next one because its microphone is better. What I'm really trying to get is figure out how to do one platform for a podcast. The website that I bought that I will try to work on Wednesday, maybe tomorrow night. The website that I bought has a video streamer podcast thing in it, embedded in the website. So I might just start doing them there. And then just linking the video and descriptions on Facebook so you guys can come join me there. If you guys have other ideas of platforms and other websites or whatever that you would like to see me on, let me know, because that's why I started doing TikTok, because I was like, I'm looking for something else to stream on because Facebook's not working and YouTube's not great. Facebook just changed everything and it sucks now. It's so bad. And YouTube is YouTube. It likes to, like, literally the slightest sound in the background, they strike my video and take it down. I'm like, I'm not even making money, guys. Come on. But yeah, so I'm looking for something else that will allow me to basically do a podcast or a stream. I've talked about Twitch, but Twitch is more of a gaming channel. And I'll start doing my Sideseat Gamer stuff there, but it's an app and all the videos are 2 minutes long, or a minute long. Mary, TikTok is only a minute long. You get 60 seconds to say all you need to say. I've done like 5 of them today. And I'm about to do another one after I'm done with this. But yeah, I'm looking for a website where I can just babble like this and have commentation and talk and still have you guys involved in the conversation, but without the lag and the computer problems. And Zoom doesn't keep it for later. Like, I could do a Zoom conversation, a meeting, we could all hang out and talk about things, but it doesn't, like, leave it for people to come back to later. Some things I do are actual lessons. So the point of this was, the whole point of me doing these Sunday classes, Sunday discussions, was I have a group of people who want to learn the secrets of witchcraft and spirituality and these kind of things, but I don't want them in my house and I don't want to hold weekly meetings, and that's exhausting. So I figured I would put together a lesson plan over the week and put this out there once a week. That's the point. So I need something that people are going to be able to archive. So that's where I'm at. And I'm getting close to time here. I'm trying to keep these at 45 minutes to an hour. There's a way to record and share the recording. Is there? There's also something like, there's a hit record. There is, I don't know. I'm going to look them up. Maybe I'll spend the rest of the night just researching platforms for content creation. But yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm going to go back to my, I found my original curriculum from when I first started teaching witchcraft classes back in 97. 96, 97, something like that. Um, back in the day when I used to have 15 people sitting in my living room, my 3-bedroom apartment, and we would do this weekly, and we would have discussions about religion and spirituality and magic and. So I found that curriculum, and I thought maybe I would go figure out where I'm at and where I've been, what I've touched on, what I haven't, and maybe start over. Put some of it on TikTok and some of it here and some of it there, and I don't know. Okay, hi Jen, bye Jen, thank you. Anyway, so let me know. Let me know content you guys want to hear. Let me know if you want more discussions like this. I can do this like once a week or once a month or something. Just an update on life and a conversation about how things are, and updates on these things. Isn't he the cutest? Isn't he adorable? This is Hiccup. This is Paco's. Paco, bring me the other two. I'll show them all to you. I don't care. So this is Hiccup. Look at those eyes. Aren't they beautiful? And he has been sleeping right here, nestled this whole time. Yeah. Oh. Okay. This is Paco's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, come here. Oh. And this is Munch. We call him Munch because he eats everything. He also has to be the first one to eat. And he gripes a lot, and he's the protector of the other two. So every time we do something that he doesn't want us to do to his brothers, he beats us. New. We're keeping them. And that one's Jay's. Oh, okay, come on. Yeah, you can go with your brother. It's fine. And that one's Jay's. So when Jay finds her own place, and decides to move out and be adult with her adult friends, I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon, but it's what I see. It'll go with Jay and her boyfriend Riley. And this one's mine. And this is the one I'm keeping. His name is Coven. And look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Yeah. And he looks like he's all black, but he actually has gray swirls on him, like Nutmeg's dark swirls. So he's actually a tabby. He has tabby markings, but they're black and super dark gray. Yeah. So that's my adventure right now. I have these three. Oh, such a big yawn. He's so mad I woke him up. But that's okay, because it'll stop me from being loud all night. That's a thing. He's self-serving. Okay. This one stretches. He's a lounger. He's super lazy. That's why he's mine. So part of our Sunday lessons are going to be, you cannot have ketchup. Stop it. Part of our Sunday lessons will be, how do you know when a cat's a familiar? And how do you train him to be being it? And I have this plate. These cats love human food. They were spoiled before we got them. So how do you train a cat to be a familiar? And how do you train him to be an emotional support animal? And how do you know the difference? Oh gosh, that's right. You purr for me.
Oh, fuck.
They were born April 5th. We thought it was April 13th. It's April 5th. They were born April 5th, so they're just barely 8 weeks old. And they're just starting to figure out their purr box. So when you pet them the right way, they purr really loud, and then they go, I don't know what that sound was. Oh, hi. Yes. See, look at him. He's really lazy. Yeah, he's just going to nestle in now. Okay. That was enough adventure. He stretched. Owies are love bites. Yeah, they bite. They have great little claws. Nutmeg keeps picking them up and dragging them into a location and leaving them, and then they move and he gets pissed off and drags them back and lays on them, which is all well and good until they scream, and then I panic. Did you let Nutmeg out?
No, I left the door open.
Okay. Sometimes Nutmeg gets a little rough, and we have to. Oh, these. So yeah, my husband and I had adult fun. And I got carried away, and yeah, that did not realize they were as big as they were. Yeah. But no, those are actually intentional. When I first got them, they ringed my whole neck, and they were a great color. Yeah. This was in the, I'm not going to stream this week anyway, so go ahead. And then they didn't go, this one didn't go away as fast as I thought it would. And these two were much, much bigger. They're just starting. They're just barely still there. Yeah. Weirdly, they were intentional. No, you don't get to be on the computer. You know that. I mean, you don't, because you're like, got the brain the size of a pea right now, but that's okay. You'll be quick. You'll be fast. You'll learn quick. No, what did I say? Don't do that. I don't know what I'm doing if you jump on the computer. Stop that. I can't see anything. Now you have to get down. This is part of training.
I will love on you.
He doesn't want to be loved on. He wants to explore. That is the problem with kittens. They want to explore. So when they fall asleep, you can't go, oh, they're asleep in the chair? I'll leave them there because they're sleeping. When they fall asleep next to you, you pick them up and you hold them and you pet them the whole time they're sleeping. Because then they get used to being in your presence and petting you and sleep, and you petting them and sleeping. Once they start doing this whole, I have to explore and see what's around me. Hi, what? Oh!
Did he make that sound?
Once they start getting, I have to explore everything, you have to just let them explore. They have to learn to be kittens. You know?
No.
And this one gets all upset when you put him down. He's like, no, wait. I need love. Yes, you need love. So anyway, now I'm at 47 minutes, and I've just been babbling about my kittens for like 10. I'm sorry. Yeah. Is there any other questions? Do we know people looking for kittens? My daughter Jay has a friend who has cats pregnant. So there will be more kittens in about 10 weeks. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you're so quiet. I love that. He's so quiet, and except when he's not. And then he's very much not. Yeah. But my favorite thing about this is Coven. My favorite thing about Coven is that he tries really, really hard to be Nutmeg. So he follows Nutmeg around and does everything Nutmeg does. And he tries to get Nutmeg's attention while he's doing it. So he saw Nutmeg scratching on a scratching post. And then he walked up and yelled at Nutmeg and then scratched on the post and then looked at Nutmeg and then scratched on the post and looked at Nutmeg. Like, do you see? I'm doing it. Do you see? And Nutmeg was like, I don't care. Don't touch my stuff. Although I did watch Nutmeg drag him. I was at work. He drug Coven in and laid him on the food and then sat there and stared at him until Coven ate Nutmeg's food, which we've been trying not to do that because the kittens have kitten food and Nutmeg has adult food. But Nutmeg drug Coven in there and then sat on him until he ate. Yeah. But my favorite thing, so we have a problem with Nutmeg. Nutmeg doesn't like the litter box. He doesn't like the litter. Like at all. He hates litter. So, so Nutmeg drug Coven here into the bathroom and showed him where the litter box was, and then watched him, and then cleaned him. And I was like, "That's nice." Give him a bath and all. Shoved him into the shower. Really hilarious. These are things Nutmeg won't do. Like, He avoids our litter boxes unless he really, really decides he needs to, you know. Yeah. That's why we can't leave towels on the floor in the bathroom, because then he goes in the towel instead of the litter box. But, you know, the kittens have to do everything the right way. It's very funny to me. Anyway, so I'm at 50 minutes, and I am going to let you guys go. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, spread the message, spread the word, boost the signal, because you can't stop the signal, Mal. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I will be here next week. Next week, we're going to talk about the full moon and the spring equinox, I think. I have to check my calendar. I wrote it all down. Yeah, so that will be very soon. And I love you all. And I will let you know what's going on with platforms, and we'll talk. All right, bye-bye. Thank you, Tim.